What's up? What's good? I hope you are doing well. I'm excited that, obviously we got back our YouTube channel. But on top of that, the most important thing is that I believe so much that my purpose is to impact, to touch as many people as I can. And just when I was about to give up, when I was like, you know what, this is the time when I should actually throw in the towel and focus more on my own things, focus more on things that would actually, uplift me. But I was like, you know what? This is actually what uplifts me. This is actually my own thing. So instead of like giving up, instead what I need to do is give more in. And that's what we're gonna be doing. I'll be uploading more, we posting more, but not only that, I'll actually be showing up more just so I can help you. So today we had a live trading session with the private members. It was super amazing, super nice. It always feels nice when I connect with them. And I'm just excited that you can get to see some of the clips because I can't really share everything that I spoke with them, but I can share with you some of the clips. Obviously, if you want to become a member in the private team, what I'll do is that I'll leave the link, the very first link that you see in the description box. You can take advantage of it and you can become a private member. Our prices start from literally only $19. We've actually got a first package that's free. I'm sure you guys are in it, but from there we've got a $19 package and then followed by other different types of packages. So you can take a look at that and I'll see you guys in the private team for our next live trading session. But let's get on to today's session. US 500, like we did mention that we are now currently running in partial profits, like just partial profits, but it's not even the most important thing is what's going to happen moving forward. How are we going to manage this moving forward? How are we going to be able to just secure as maximum profits as possible, or make sure that we do not lose our 1% that we have already kept here? So you can see 5%, yes. Obviously, if this trade goes all the way down, we're getting a 5%, but we did mention that if this trade goes down, break below, and then come back to retest and then go down, we will move this to break even, no risk, and then what we'll do is that we'll get another entry here and go down, so we can turn a 5% into maybe a 10% or a 15%. But as well, remember that this is the market, so we can't really be too sure and go in with full confidence on just one thing. So what can happen is the price can as well retest at this area and then go back up, because you can see we had this area tested and this being our resistance. So that can also be a potential scenario that happens. We'll just have to observe closely and see how price is moving. But let us now move over to US 30, or let's just actually move to the trades that we are now running, which is US 100. Like yesterday, US 100, we are also running in nice profits on US 100. And one thing that I like about this is that you can see how nice and easy it is. Price went up. We sold it when it was here because we saw price retest the here and it went down. So we sold as soon as it was here. Price just played a bit, and boom, now with this 1 hour candle, it went all the way down. So you can see here where we at now, it's actually major support. I mean, not even major support, but this is just some support area, because you can see price tested here, price tested, and now we are at that area. So the only way that we can capitalize from this is literally just by allowing price to break below. Once this candlestick closes below, because remember, we need to confirm via something. Once this candlestick closes below, it will want to retest maybe somewhere here, and then when it does go down with some confirmations, that are ways that we can scale in or find better opportunities. Because so far this is a 3% trade. This trade can give us over 3%, but it doesn't mean that we need to just limit ourselves to 3%. We can actually even make much more greater than 3%. We just have to be careful with how we analyze, how we execute, how we manage this trade, because so far you can put let's say now looking at this, I was able to just evolve my patterns, and I noticed that this all the way from down here all the way down to here, this impulse, this correction, and you can see this pattern that's being printed, and this once price break closes below here, that means that it's going down, it confirmed. And normally with this, it would say that your take profit should be at levels like this, level somewhere here, which actually makes sense, because if you see me taking this and bring it all the way down to here, you can see that this is an area of resistance. So this actually even makes sense. So now we can see ourselves going from gaining that 3% to all the way up to let me just see if I do this, all the way up to 4.5%. So on US 500 and as well US 30, US 100, we can potentially see a 10% from just those first trades that we spoke of. And when we start scaling in, we can scale it to like 15 or 20%, depending on how our management game is. Okay. So right now we'll just need like candle to close. We'll also remember we'll also need to be very observant. Actually with this, I believe that it's actually safe for us to put our stop loss at least somewhere around here, so that we lock in or we cap in. We do not lose as much as we would have lost if this trade goes against us. Because let's say if we are losing 1% and right now we are locking this at close to 0.60%, that means that now we are on the safe side. We are not, it's like literally a half a trade. It's not worth full a trade, but the profits are much more greater than that. Because instead of losing 1,000, now you're gonna be losing 500 or 600, but your profits will still be like maybe 3,000. So you can see now the risk to compared to reward is you are losing 500, but you're now gonna still be making that 3,000. So we have increased our risk compared to reward in a much more greater way. So we are basically just using this to our advantage. So like I did say, once price closes below here, we can just see price playing a bit, and then continue going all the way down to here by support. So maybe when New York session comes, like we'll see price testing around here, and once we have tested this area, then maybe price can continue pushing upwards. But even if it doesn't just stop here and it goes all the way down to here, we'll just observe. I think the most important thing is observing, because we can't really just say this is where it's gonna go and leave it. We need to continuously observe it and continuously keep on coming back every now and then to make sure that we are on the right phase. Okay, so now on US US 30. Okay, US 30 yesterday I tried to actually make a scenario out of it, but it didn't really make perfect sense because I spotted this area here and I was like, I wanted to sell here, but it just went up. So I was like, what, let me not share this as a signal, let me not take it, let me just leave it. But you can see as soon as price went here, we started retesting somewhere here, and then boom, we went down. So now we're here where price is at. We need to also be careful, because at the same time this could be a support, because you can see support broke out, retesting type thing. But with what I'm seeing from US 30 and US 500, I highly believe that there's a chance that US 30 is actually going to shoot more to the downside, even if it means coming a bit somewhere here and then continue going up, or just breaking and going below. But that's what we'll be focusing more on, allowing this to show us, because right now we are in a corrective phase. We can't really make profits out of this, because if I sold here, I would think that it would retest here and go up until here. So you're seeing that it's good for those 1 minute, 5 minute trades, but it's not good if you actually want to hold or invest into it. So, but so far I can see price just like playing around, and then once it touches here, maybe we can look for buys depending on how it got there, or once it actually breaks below, we will as well look for sells going all the way to the downside here. But the most important thing is to just let price guide us, because we are not market makers, we are just analysts. But once we are able to just take or make those analysts work for us, what we'll do is that we'll be able to profit on the markets from that. So profiting, it becomes like emotions and stuff. So you need to as well be able to just detach your emotions, just so whenever a trade comes up or presents itself, you have already detached your emotions and you know how you should be reacting in order to secure some profits on the markets. It's not all about making a lot of money with one trade, but it's more about trading right, because when you trade right, eventually your account is going to come into growing right. Okay, so we're looking into pushing all the way down to here, and yeah, that is on US 30, and from here we'll just see price pushing all the way upwards. Okay, that is US 30. And now on GBP JPY, this is a trade that, like yesterday, I was observing it like late in the evening around 9:10, but I didn't share this as a signal because I felt like, ooh, I shared too many trades already, because we already had GBP. I'm already at US 500 and US 100 as signals. So I was like, what, I can't share that many trades in just like 30 minutes time frame. Let me let others to move, because one thing that I like is that even for me, I didn't even take this trade, because one thing that I like is that if I have two trades that are running, and total risk is like 1%, 1%, so it's 2%. If I have the third one that's running and another 1%, that means that it's going to be scaled up all the way to 3%. So now if it means that all three trades are going to go against me, it means that there's a high chance that I'm going to lose all those trades, you understand? Like, so I don't want that. I want to instead either lock in profits, or maybe just put on break even, or maybe just stop 0.50%. So that way, one thing that I like is that I won't lose as much with just one trade, because it's not going to be nice. Imagine losing 3% with just one move. It's not going to be nice. So Yo guys, my daughter is crying on the other side. Okay, so you can see here what happened with price. Price was here. I wasn't too confident because of what I did mention, but as well seeing that maybe price can retest go up or go down. So I was like, you know what, let me just let it play it itself. We'll use it as a lesson, but we'll as well be able to catch on the direction that it chose. So you can see price was testing. Yeah. So this, if I woke up a bit earlier, like maybe if I was on the markets like around 6 a.m., 7 a.m., because I only started being on the markets like around 9, 8. So I would have like maybe spotted this in terms of us catching this trade before, like just with this candlestick confirmation, then we go all the way down, but we didn't. So right now, the only thing that we can do is to manage what's actually going on. And obviously, it's now London session. That's why this happened during London session. But one thing that I believe is that price can either come here, retest here, then continue going down, as which will be building almost like a head and shoulder. You can see here the head, the shoulder, or price can just be breaking below and closes below and then coming back to retest somewhere around here and then going all the way down. So this is going to be a trade whereby we are going to be managing it, because the most important thing is management. Like we are, if you can spot trades that are coming, you can spot all those things, but you can't really manage them. It doesn't really help, because some of these trades you can see them, the right analysis, but find out that your entry is not right yet. So maybe you enter now and then it hits your stop loss, then you enter again, then it hits your stop loss, and maybe on the third time whereby you were supposed to be patient and manage it right is the one that was actually going to give you more profits, just like our previous trade that we took. I remember it was on Friday or Thursday, we took a trade on US 500 and it shot massively upwards. If most people didn't take that trade and they just came back from they had the mindset of this is not working out, there's all those things, they want to miss out on all those huge profit potentials that we gained. But obviously, if you know that every trade there's a chance that you can take a stop loss, and at the same time there's a chance that you can win, but you need to be able to just make sure that you are risking the affordable amount. Obviously, with all the information that's been shared, I'm sure you're now thinking to yourself, well, what is next, or what can you do now with all this information? And I think for now, the only thing that you can do is to just scan the market, see how all the trades played out, see as well on how we are actually managing those trades. Because remember, doesn't mean that every trade went against us. It did go against us, because there's a high chance that we managed it accordingly and we still benefited from that move. But learn from that. And as well, if you feel like you still need more information, you still need to learn more, the link is in the description. You can actually become a part of the Forex Chasers private team. Cannot wait to become your mentor. I will see you on the other side.